What's good, YouTube? It's your boy. I'm back at it again with another video. In this one, we're doing the definitive FL Studio plugin tier list. This is going to be just for the instruments, but we're ranking them from S to D. This is just my personal opinion, so if you feel different, drop a comment, let me know if you think any of them should be different, but let's get into it. The first one we got, I think, is Transistor Bass. I honestly never used this plugin, but I know you can make some pretty good bass sounds and stuff with it, so I'm gonna put C tier. See, next up we got 3X OSC. 3X is underrated. It's underrated as fuck. That's going A tier. Like 3X is crazy if you get into it, like for making sounds and stuff. Like the layout looks kind of like really bad and simple, but you can make some crazy sounds with it. Let's see, next we got Morphine. I'm still not sure on this plugin, honestly. Like, I use it sometimes and I like a lot of the bass sounds in it and stuff, but it's like, I don't know how I feel about it. We're gonna go B tier for Morphine. Next, we got Fruity Wave Traveler. I never use this. I'm gonna go C tier just because the only thing I know you can use this plugin for is to make like scratchy sounds. And it can sound pretty cool. Next, we got, I forget what this one's called, like Fruity Bass Drum or Kick Drum or something. I'm not into using it for like sound design, but if you are, you can make like some real hard kicks and 808s and stuff with this plugin. So I would check it out if you want to like make your own sounds and stuff, but I'm gonna go C tier with this one. Next, we got a plugin I didn't even know existed until I started making this a video. Fruity Drum Synth Live. It's actually pretty cool. I would check it out. It's got like it's just like an old school drum kit. So it's got like an 808 and a 909 drum kit. We'll go C tier with this one too. Fruity DX10. Yeah, the DX stands for D tier. This is supposed to be like an emulation, I think, of like a Yamaha DX8, which is like a really famous synthesizer, but it just sounds so bad. Like this plugin's fucking trash. Next, we got Beat Map. This is also going to be D tier for me. I've never used this plugin, I don't think, in an actual beat. Like, I've messed with it, and you can make, like, some cool sounds and stuff. But, yeah, I don't really mess with it. So, next up, we have the classic FL Keys, S tier, S tier, FL Keys, S tier. And next, this is FPC, and for me personally, like I'm gonna put B tier because there is like a lot of usefulness for FPC. All right, next we got Simsynth Live. This is like another like real underrated plugin in FL Studio. I'll be using it sometimes, mainly for the basses. So if you guys have never used this one and you have it, check out Simsynth Live. It's like a default plugin and it's got a few good like presets and stuff. All right, next up we got, what is this called? Oh, Synth. Synth is B tier for me. I actually like some of the presets. I've used it in a few beats. I guess this is the one that comes with like FL Studio Mobile. So if you're one of the like 10 people that makes beats on their phone, then you've probably used this one. But you know, compared to like some of the other like better plugins, it's not like the best sounding, but it's also not the worst. So, you know. Next we got Ogun, and that is gonna be D tier. Ogun is just Ogun and Autogun for that matter. Actually, Ogun we'll put C tier because you can actually change the sounds. But these plugins both just sound so bad. Like every time I've ever opened them, like Autogun is just like millions of like random presets from Ogun, and they both just sound so ugly, so I can't recommend them. I'm sorry guys. Same thing with Plucked. Plucked, I guess I'm gonna put C tier just because I don't want to do it like that, but Plucked sounds pretty bad. I mean, it's two knobs, you can tweak the knobs and you make plucks with it, so it is what it is. Next up, we got my favorite plugin in FL Studio, Direct Wave. Direct Wave, very underrated, guys. All right, Direct Wave is like a sound font player. It's got some of my favorite sounds that come in FL Studio, even though there's not that many that come with it. But if you guys can find and download like some sound font files for this, if you have the full direct wave, like the, I forget what it's called, like the direct wave player or whatever, there is some dank sounds that you can get, and they sound really good. It's almost like using one shots, but it's just better. Like it sounds better and stretches the samples better and stuff. So S tier for me, direct wave is fire. Next up, we got Flex. Flex, I know a lot of people like it. I honestly never use it just because like I don't like going through all the presets and stuff, but I'm gonna put Flex at a solid A tier. Actually, it's like a light A tier. This Flex for me it's in between A and B, but it's pretty good, so I'm gonna go A tier. All right, next we got Drum Max. Personally, I'm going D tier for Drum Max. I've never like really used this plugin. I'm not too into like the full drum machine type plugins. Like I like to just use the sequencer on FL Studio. I guess if you wanted to make like some like vintage, like old school sounding drums, this plugin would be good, but I've never actually like used it in a beat. I would just rather just do it in the normal FL Studio thing, but that's just preference for me. Next up, we got Poi Zone. I actually like Poi Zone a lot. Poi Zone is A tier, almost up to S tier. It's got some good basses, good leads, and really good ARPs. There's like these ARP presets in Poi Zone that I use all the time. So Poi Zone, A tier. And then we got Sakura. Honestly, I think I'm gonna put Sakura as S tier. I feel like it's still pretty underrated. Like a lot of people were using it kind of back in the day, but I don't see too many people that like use it nowadays. Sakura is like, if you want to get that sort of like omnisphere kind of sound where the sounds are like sound real like organic and have like a lot of like effects and stuff on them, layer up a couple sounds of Sakura, or like layer Sakura with another synth in FL, and it's gonna sound pretty fire. So would recommend. Yes, I do recommend Sakura. Oh, I messed up. This is actually Slice X. This is Fruity Slicer. Slice X, A tier. Fruity Slicer. Fruity Slicer, I'm putting as S tier, personally. Fruity Slicer, I actually like over Slice X. It's a little different to use, and it's kind of weird. It only has like a certain effect, but I've used Slice X on a ton of beats, and I use it especially when I'm making like my own samples and stuff, because it'll just make it sound crazy. Like you can pitch samples like up and down and stuff once you have it in it, and change like the chops on it and stuff. And I don't know, I just like the effect that it gives a lot. It sounds crazy, so I'm putting Slice X or Fruity Slicer S tier for me. And Toxic Biohazard, honestly, for me, this plugin's D tier. I never use Toxic Biohazard. I just hate like all the presets in it. I hate how it looks. I hate everything about this plugin personally, but if you like it, that's cool. I get it. SAR I already put. We don't need that one. And then we got Citrus. Citrus is 100% S tier. No argument. Citrus is the best synth that comes in FL Studio. Best presets. The best one if you want to make synth sounds. This is just for sure, like, in my opinion, the best synth that's in FL Studio. And yeah, that is going to wrap it up. This is my full rank for all the FL plugins. Let me know what you guys think. Was there any plugins on here that you didn't know about? If there was, go look them up, because I think a lot of the plugins in FL Studio are pretty underrated, to be honest. Like, you can get some pretty good sounds with them, but let me know what you guys think. If you like the video, drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment, and let me know what you want to see next. Peace.